Hello everyone, I'm Gyan and you are learning computer science with Python for class 11th. In this video we are going to learn about problem solving using decomposition. Problem solving using decomposition. The idea is that you decompose the big problem into small sub-problems. Then you solve the small sub-problems and then combine the solutions to the small sub-problems to get the solution for the big problem. And this approach is called the decomposition of big problem. What you get here is you have a big problem, you have a big problem, then you divide this big problem into two small problems. Part 1 of the problem, the second part is part 2 of problem. So one big problem has been divided into two small problems, part 1 and part 2. Then part 1 of the problem further divided into two subproblems, subproblem 1 and subproblem 2. Subproblem 1 and subproblem 2. The part 2 of the problem has been divided into two subparts, subproblem 3 and subproblem 4. Subproblem 3 and subproblem 4. So this is how you keep on dividing the big problems into smaller subproblems until you find a point where you cannot further divide the problem into more small problems. Then you find the solutions for smallest subproblems. Further you combine those solutions to get the solution for the big problem. Therefore, this is called the decomposition. Therefore, decomposition is the process of breaking down a big or complex problem into a set of smaller smaller sub-processes to allow us to describe, to allow us to describe, understand, or execute the problem better. Execute the problem better. So decomposition involves two tasks. First one is dividing a task into sequence of subtasks, and second one is identifying elements or parts of a complex problem. So actually, following two things we do with decomposition. Okay, decomposition involves dividing a task into sequence of subtasks, dividing a task into sequence of subtasks. And what other activity we do while decomposition is identifying elements or parts of a complex system. So while decomposition, you have to divide the task into sequence of subtasks and you have to identify the small subpart of a complex system. Identify elements or parts of a complex system. Of a complex system. There are some examples of decomposition. Like if you say about everyday example, suppose that you are going to make cookies. So making cookies is a complex task that can be broken down into smaller and simpler tasks. Make cookies. This is the complex task you have to perform, but you are going to divide this complex task into smaller subtasks. The first smaller subtask need to perform to make cookies is mixing up the dough. Mixing up the dough. The second small part of this complex task is to forming into shapes via cookie cutters. Forming into shapes via cookie cutters. And the third small subpart of the complex task making cookies is baking. So now you do not have to think about making cookies as a whole, but you have to think about mixing up the dough. You have to think about forming into the shapes via cookie cutters. You have to think about the baking. Of course, if you follow these small steps, you will end up making cookies. So this is called the decomposition of the problem into small subproblems. You are not now thinking about making the cookies, but you are thinking about mixing up the dough. You are thinking about cutting the dough into the proper shape, and you are thinking about baking. This is the problem decomposition. There are few more examples written in your book. You can go through them. There is one interesting example given in your book is decompose the task of creating mobile app. The creation of mobile app can be divided into few subtasks. The first one is decide what kind of app is to be created. Decide what kind of app is to be created. Decide the target audience for your app. The third subtask is deciding how the user interface of the app will be, means how it will look, what it will show on the screen, type of inputs, etc. What the user interface of app will be. I'm just writing UI, user interface of app will be. What the app's graphics will look like. What the app's graphics will look like. What kind of audio you are going to include in your app. What audio will be included. What software platform will be used to build the app. How the user will navigate the app. What additional services will be required for the app. For example, database, etc. What additional services will be required for the app. Example, database, etc. How the app will be tested, on what kind of data, on what kind of environment you are going to test your app, how the app will be tested. So the big problem is you have to design an app, a mobile app, but you are not thinking to design a mobile app as a whole. You are thinking about what kind of app to be created. You are thinking about who should be your target audience. You are thinking about the user interface of your app. You are thinking about graphics of your apps. You are thinking about what kind of audio should be included in the app. You are thinking about using what kind of software or what kind of platform you are going to build the app. You are thinking about how a user will navigate the app. You are thinking about what the additional services you can provide through your app. You are thinking about how your app will be tested. You are thinking in such small points. You are thinking in the terms of such small points. You are not thinking about creating a mobile app as a whole. So this is the decomposition of problem. Instead of thinking about creating mobile app as a whole, you are thinking about all these things in separate, and then you include all these things together. Now the question is that why we need decomposition? With the increase in problem size, the complexity increases exponentially, and difficulty to solve a problem also increases exponentially. What I mean here is, if this is difficulty and this is problem size, so difficulty to solve the problem increases exponentially with size. So you should always keep the size of the problem as small as possible, so that difficulty to solve the problem should not increase exponentially. So higher size problems are exponentially difficult to solve than smaller size problems. That's why we need decomposition of the problem. It is always much easier to write 200 lines of programs than 800 lines of program. Larger a problem is, harder and more difficult it is to program as compared to smaller problems. That's why we need decomposition of the problem. See here, in this example of creating mobile app, they have not talked about how you decompose your code. They have talked about how you decompose the problem of creating a mobile app. You can think in these ways, but same thing happens if you create a big code. Okay, if you have to create a big code of 10,000 lines, you may create 50 codes of 200 lines each. Okay, and then these 50 codes will work together to solve the big problem for which you had to create 10,000 lines of codes. This is the decomposition of problem. Decomposition of the problem decreases the difficulty of finding a solution. So once you know how you can decompose a problem in smaller steps. You can create its solution by designing algorithm for it. So after decomposing the problem, we are going to create algorithm for the problem. So in the next video, we will see about algorithm. See you in the next video.